Hi, yeah, my name is Kendra Bauer. So my wife Jen and I have 4 beautiful children. We have 4-year-old twins and a 2nd grader and a freshman in college foster child. So we stay pretty busy. This story is actually 18 years ago. I was 18 and I moved to Massachusetts, and this is my coming out story, as it kind of happened to me as opposed to me doing it myself. So freshman year, against my plan, I moved. I'm from South Carolina originally. The southern accent will come out. So I moved from South Carolina to go to college at Brandeis. And I was like a fish out of water. I had a high school boyfriend, and there was this senior on the crew team named Lisa. And I'm not really sure, but I had these feelings. So Lisa and I started dating, which was great and emotional, and I was not at all prepared for that because I really wanted to get married and have children, and that was not possible with Lisa because I didn't know any better. And I, at Christmas time, went home, and I told my mom because I had to. I had to. Mom, I don't know what this means. I'm not gay. She said, okay. And I said, but I am in love with Lisa. And here's the thing, you can't tell anyone at all. I'm gonna drop this major bomb on you. I'm gonna go back to college and you just marinate. So every time I called home, my mom is not good at marinating alone. And every time I called home, I would get more and more anxious because she just had to tell one more person to start them on their journey. And I was not on my journey yet, so I was not ready. So I couldn't call home. Every time she would tell me one more person, and I understood, I felt compassion for her, but I still wouldn't let her tell anyone. It was awful. She started going to PFLAG. God bless those people. And she called me, she's like, they want me to be president, but that means I'll have some TV appearances. And I was like, no! Her name's Jane. So at any rate, good for her. She and my girlfriend was a fantastic writer. She was from South Africa, California via South Africa, and they started email corresponding, which was lovely. So I was rowing, and so she would write these emails about rowing on the Charles in the morning, and I was in a chamber music group, and she talked about the music that I was playing, and she wrote this one beautiful email, and I can picture this. My mom brushing her teeth, check the email. I'm sure it was still dial-up, right? And she started reading this email, and she realized it was amazing. It was beautifully written. It would tell all about what was going on in college, and so she forwarded it to everybody in the family and all of our family friends. And then she printed it out, because at 6:45 every morning for my entire life and their entire life still, we have breakfast together around the table. Dad sits in one place, and so she printed it out, and she came down before school, and she started reading the email. Beautiful description, pausing dramatically, I'm sure. And then she got to the bottom, where Lisa talked about how I was probably becoming more comfortable with being gay. And then she ran upstairs crying. Now, here's the thing. It was Easter, or as they say at Brandeis, Passover, and I was in D.C., and I don't know if you remember, before we had cell phones, we had phones that like plugged into the wall, and you didn't carry them with you anywhere. And you had like voicemail, and you dialed in from a remote location and checked your voicemail, right? Yes? Anybody do this? You all did? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, so I was in D.C., maybe someone called me, I'll check, and I called up. You have 13 new voice messages. Hi, Kendra. It's Colin. It's your brother. I'm up here in Ithaca. I just want you to know I'm thinking about you. Call me anytime. Click. Voice message number 2. Kendra, it's Colin. I don't know why you're not calling me back, but call me anytime. I feel like we should talk. What? Click. Kendra, it's your Aunt Linda from Atlanta. We just want you to know we love you just the way you are. If you need anything, you just let us know. Click. Kendra, it's Colin. I don't understand why you won't call me back. I'm your brother. Talk to me. Click. I'll fast forward. I won't do all 13. I get to my mom at the end. Kendra, it's Mom. I'm so sorry. Call me. Bless her heart. So I did. I called my mom, and she tearfully told me what she had done. My Aunt Lucy and my grandparents and, Don and Shirley Brown, who my dad works with. Everybody knew, except for my father, because she didn't finish reading him the email at the breakfast table. She said, do you want me to tell him? No, don't tell anyone. No, please don't. So I said, I think you need to go and get Dad. Now, so I was in D.C. for Passover at a friend's house. She works for the FBI, highly successful now, still lives in D.C., and I'll never forget, the room was kind of darkened, and I have never seen so much white wicker in my whole life. I'll never forget, her phone was corded and white and up on top of the white wicker chest of drawers and the white wicker bed with the rose garden duvet cover, which I sat down on because Boris, my father, was coming to the phone. I don't know why I was so nervous to tell my dad, maybe because his whole extended family already knew and I wanted to see him and tell him face to face, and was he going to hug me differently or look at me differently, and I would never know that telling him over the phone. So I said, Daddy, I need to tell you something. Everybody already knows, and I want this to come from me. I'm not gay. But that girl, Lisa, I love her a lot. And I'm in love with her, and we're together. And there was a pause, and he said, if I ever had youth to do over again, I wouldn't do it. Okay. Anything else, Dad? He said, well, your junior year, it'll all come together. I took my junior year off. It's funny, on the way here, I told my parents that I was going to be telling a story about them. They got a kick out of it. And I told my dad that that's what he said. And he said, that is not what I said. I said, Dad, what do you think you said? And he said, oh. I said, I clearly remember. I said, is that all? Which is what he said by saying what he said. So to me, my coming out story was full of all these emotions and these ups and downs and this fear and this closetedness and drama that went along with it. But the truth is, I come out every day. I come out to my neighbors. I come out to my daughter's parents when they come over to play. I come out when I go to the doctor's office and fill out the forms. I come out every day. And so it's so wonderful that this is my story, which is full of love, ultimately, and support and acceptance, and definitely humor, which is how you have to approach the whole process. That's it. Thank you.